Hey, YouTube community at large, it's your favorite apostate. Well, I can't say favorite yet, but soon to be favorite, undoubtedly because of my dashing looks and undeniable charm. At any rate, I was just perusing the Watchtower library to find different things to analyze for you, the community. It's funny, ever since ever since I started watching apostate videos and had my, spirituality stolen like rocks beneath the water, and they sacrificed my cat, the blood-draining savages. Anyway, ever since I started learning all these things, I've done more Watchtower research than ever before, which may be one reason why it all seems like a bunch of hogwash now. But you'll like this article. It's what is it entitled? It is entitled, "Welcome to the Best Way of Life." Yeah. Okay, and it's taken from the 2/1 issue of the 2010 Watchtower. And what I'll point out here is two different propaganda techniques. One is the unprovable statement, or the undisprovable statement, there we go. And then the other is the hypnotic bait and switch, so you should enjoy this. It opens up in paragraph 1. Jehovah wants us to enjoy the best way of life. People can live in various ways, but only one way is the best way. Okay, so obviously they're insinuating that the Watchtower way is the best way because all the other ways are pagan. And it's undisprovable to say that the Watchtower way is the best way because we're dealing with religious views and those vary from person to person. It's a little bit of a fallacy to just make that blanket statement, our way is the best way. But, I digress. Oh, here's something. When those rightly disposed for everlasting life become believers and get baptized, we have sound reasons to say to them, welcome to the best way of life. Okay, Watchtower, what gives you the right to declare that the people who join your organization are rightly disposed ones? I joined your organization. I did what you wanted me to do. I followed your teachings to a T. Gave my life over, practically. Lost out on valuable social interactions and much of my childhood because of this crap. I don't think it's the best way of life. Was I rightly disposed, or just because I don't want to follow what you say, does that make me a pagan, an apostate? Well, of course it makes me a pagan, an apostate. What am I talking about? I'm getting off topic again. Okay, under the subheading, Why Get Baptized? Paragraph 5, we'll see a good example of the hypnotic bait and switch. As a dedicated Christian, your life will have the highest purpose. Undisprovable statement right there. You will be happy because you are doing the divine will. Jehovah's Holy Spirit will produce you in such godly qualities as peace and faith. God will answer your prayers and bless your efforts to conform your life to His Word. Your ministry will be joyful, and living in a way that God approves will strengthen your hope of everlasting life. Here's the switch. Moreover, making a dedication and getting baptized will show that you really want to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses. All right. So, getting baptized, the last that I recall, and I'm pretty sure it says so in this article. I can't find exactly. If you read it, J-dubs or apostates out there, if you read it, you'll find the statement. But being baptized means that you want to serve God. That's pretty much a concrete definition. So does being baptized mean that you want to serve the Watchtower, or do you want to serve Jehovah? Well, I'd rather serve God. I'd rather serve Jehovah. But, I guess when you're following the Anointed One, which is what Christ means in Greek, well, we'll talk about that at a later date, I'm sure. Or if you've watched the Propaganda Techniques video, he goes into it a lot. But if you're following your anointed ones, then I guess you really are making a dedication to your God, the Christ, the anointed ones, the governing body, which is just a crock anyway. Let's see. We go on. Here's a good subheading. Blessed with the loving brotherhood. That's just complete nonsense. the Jehovah's Witnesses that were in my congregation are some of the most intolerant, unloving people that you will ever meet, because if you don't agree with their ideas, then you must be shunned. And that's one of the most unloving practices that I can even think that's humanly possible. It's just ridiculous. Oh, here's one. It's paragraph 10. Dedication and baptism result in another rich blessing, the privilege of dwelling in the secret place of the Most High. This is a figurative place of safety and security, a condition or state of protection from spiritual harm. What does the Bible say about those declaring peace and security again? Here, treasure our spiritual paradise. For a society that's been as wrong as many times as the Watchtower Babylon Crap Society has, what right do they have to declare their organization as a spiritual paradise? It's not a spiritual paradise. And this article, you'll find, doesn't go stick to the best way of life. That starts right under that at paragraph 16. What a let's see, if you want to walk in the light of Jehovah but are not yet dedicated baptized Christian, do not delay. Do whatever is needed to meet biblical requirements for baptism, the unique way to demonstrate gratitude for what God and Christ have done to us. Give Jehovah your most valuable physical possession, your life. Show that you intend to do God's will by following His Son. Without question, that is the best way of life. Without question, that is the best way of life. However, what is unique to the Watchtower Society is when you baptize yourself, you're not baptizing yourself really to do God's will, to do Jehovah's will. You're told to wait on Jehovah, but follow the Watchtower Babylon Crap Society. If you question, if you stray from their teachings, you're getting ahead of the game. You need to wait on Jehovah, but you need to follow the Watchtower Babylon Crap Society. And they don't tell you at any point in this article what happens if you get baptized and then later find out, like I did, that this religion is just a complete crock, that it's propaganda, that it's a cult. They don't tell you what happens then. They don't tell you that you could lose your family. They don't tell you that if you're baptized, then they hold basically complete control over your life. No, they just paint this, glittering generality of happiness and peace and goodness and all the wonderful reasons why to get baptized. And they hypnotically throw in their statements like following Jehovah is getting baptized and declaring yourself one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Not at all. What about the Catholics, the Protestants, the Mormons, the many other religions that dedicate themselves to God? Are those baptisms invalid? Baptism is a knowledge of the Bible and a pledging of yourself to God. Does that not mean anything to God if it's not through you? Well, what about the first century Christians? They weren't baptized through the Watchtower Babylon Crap Society. They didn't have a giant convention. Look at, what's his face? Philip and the eunuch. I guess, well, eunuch isn't his name, but you know who I'm talking about. Philip and the eunuch. He just said, hey, I want to get baptized. Bam. Okay. But no, we got to follow bureaucratic procedure with you. It's nonsense. I welcome any of your thoughts or your comments on this video or on what you think about the baptizing procedure, and I would really like to know, YouTube, if you believe that whatever religion you get baptized in, if you get baptized in another religion and you've pledged in your heart to serve God, if that former baptism is invalid somehow. I'm really curious about this, because it would be interesting to find out if the Watchtower Babylon Crap Society weren't the only people that believe this. Regardless, remember, folks, life is a state of mind.